Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be changing the running boards on my 2015 Ram 3/4 ton. As you can see, I've really put these ones through the ringer here. They're still hanging in there. They're still solid. These are the Big Country. I've never seen that brand. I don't really know where they came from, but these have been fantastic. The new ones that I'm using are going to be the OeDRo. These are more of a drop down kind of step rock slider type. That's kind of how I've been using these anyway. Now, just to be clear, OeDRo did send these to me. They asked me to review them. It's an honest review. I've got no obligation to, you know, hype them up and say they're good or say they're, you know, the greatest things in the world. I'm going to give you a true honest review. So let's go ahead. We're going to remove these ones and we're going to install those other ones. So I'm over here on the driver's side and you can see, right, I've really used these ones. They are super strong. They bolt in right here. They've got this little support bracket to there. So I'm hoping that the new ones are just as strong. So the new ones are going to mount. They're going to have a center mount here. We got to, you know, fish through a bolt and a threaded nut on the back side here. I think it's still going to work on the ends. I might have to do the same thing here to get those bolts in. You can see how the factory mounts were here, so I'm hoping those are still the same. This stuff's all taped up. So we'll move this one. Yeah, so we'll be going through here to get that in there. So to take these ones off, I'm just gonna remove these two bolts, this nut. I'm just gonna remove this as a whole bracket. I gotta take this body mount off, it looks like. So I'm gonna take that off on both sides, and you know, this should pull out. All right, so if yours looks like mine, these are 9/16, and then this is an 18 millimeter actually. Let's go do the other side. All right, there we go, pulled out. Now it's time to put the new ones on. Now this is the new setup here. You can see for the most part it's labeled, packaged very well. This is right rear, front left. I think these are support brackets that are gonna go to the pinch welds on the truck. So that is going to be a little bit different. This one isn't labeled, but process of elimination, right, left, center, right. I think that's passenger. Right, so this is gonna be front, left. I'm really bad with my directions. If you watched my fender flare video, I think I said right, left or something instead of passenger or something. All right, now the instructions are pretty straightforward. You can see where we are going to be threading through to get the bolt and the nuts in there, right, for these brackets. We got a nice pile of pre-packaged nuts and washers and all that other stuff, so that is nice. 2009 to 2015 says without factory thread inserts. On the pinch welds, let me just show you how these. Yeah, so here, like on the pinch welds here, mine already has holes. On some of them, what's it say? Yeah, 2009 to 2012, you'll have to self-drill those holes, but mine already has that, so that shouldn't be an issue. You can see how these brackets go in to support the other ones. All right, what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take my marker, I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna identify all these, and I'm gonna write it on the bags because they don't have any identification. You don't have to do that, but it makes it a lot easier for me, so that's what I'm gonna do. And just a quick reminder that any of those affiliate links down below that you click on and buy through do a lot for helping support this channel. So I was really hoping that these were the same size, but they're not. So you can see how these ones go in. The new ones look like this. So they go in, you gotta hang on to it. Put your bolt on. All right, and then you do it like that. So that's fun. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to hang that on there like that so that I don't risk dropping that or knocking that back in there. All right, so once you get that one on, then you can pull this one back. put that back in there. Now, I'm just gonna repeat this process for all of these other ones, and we'll move on to the support for the pinch weld here. And you can see where those holes are for those mounts. All right, now for this assist bracket is what it's called in the manual. It's gonna kind of go like this. So it gets attached on this side here, right? This is an M8 with a washer. And then we have another washer, a lock washer or a split washer, whatever you want to call those, and a nut. So put those on there. So we got that over here now. We got this lined up. And then these take M6 hardware. So again, bolt and washer. Washer. Lock washer. And a nut. And at any point you don't need any of these instructions, feel free, just skip ahead, fast forward, come back and rewatch. It's about time for me to do the brakes on the Hyundai. These things are squeaking. Remember, if you go through the effort of labeling, make sure you get it labeled correctly. I couldn't figure out why these washers were so large in center diameter, and it's because they're my M8s, not my M10s. So I gotta swap these out. At least we caught it before we did them all. All right, now we are ready to move on and do the rest, and then we'll put that step on. Now it's time for the steps. I left everything loose underneath, so we can make those final adjustments and tighten everything down. These are labeled, so see over here it says driver's side. So we're just gonna get this unwrapped. You can see, ooh, OeDRo. It's got this nice rough textured finish on it. I'm assuming it's powder coated. Could just be paint. So you can see how these ones, they've got that protective bar underneath, and then they come out and they got this step bar here. So we're gonna get these put on, adjusted, and then we'll tighten everything up. All right, to secure the steps, these are gonna be the M10s, those larger ones, right, that we mislabeled earlier. Got them labeled properly, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. It says with assistance, so I'm gonna see my daughter over here, see if she's strong enough to hold that up and get it where it needs to go. All right, we're just gonna put the rest of these bolts in, all right? Line everything up and tighten it down. So we got everything all put in there, all the bolts in where they go. We gotta put our body bolts back on, hold the body mounts on, and we're just gonna tighten everything up. Also, when you're adjusting this, you do get, you know, some movement, some rotational movement this way. So I'm gonna do mine kind of flat, you know, straight up and down, just like that right there. All right, installed, solid. They line up, right, with where you want to step. This one here lines up. It's nice. Only time will tell. We'll see how good the coating is. We'll see if these brackets hang in there, if any of these welds. The welds look good. There's not a lot of you know, spatter and different things. You can see there's some stuff underneath the paint, but for the most part, welds look good. These welds look good. Got a glob there, but not bad. These are under $300 if you do buy those. The link is going to be in the description for Amazon. And OeDRo, they're the same company that makes my floor mats. This is what the old ones look like. Right, again, the old ones weren't bad. They were hanging in there. The other ones actually have more to step on. So I feel like, you know, they're a little bit better, especially when you're wearing boots. So it is nice how wide and how extended this is over here. Like I said, we'll see how durable it is. And there you have it, right? The installation wasn't too bad. A lot of it was figuring out the labels were mislabeled. There were some missing labels. The instructions for the most part were easy to follow along, right? That was my own mislabeling too. So you can see how easy it is to do it. But if you did find it helpful, you want to send a super thanks. That is now active, so you can check that out. Otherwise, just hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.